We're double dipping today, my friends, because we have to have a conversation on what we just saw out of Vancouver Canucks forward Elias Pettersson in today's Sweden versus Italy game. Now, here's the thing. Sweden ended up beating Italy 5-2, which on paper would seem like a pretty reasonable score, right? Italy doesn't have very many NHL players, if any at all. Sure, they might have had some with Italian heritage, but they wanted to get a bunch of dudes that are from Italy. Sweden, on the other hand, it's all NHL players. So 5-2, not an unreasonable score, until you look at the way things went down in this game, and until you notice the fact that Luca Frigo actually got things started for the Italians 1-0, 4 minutes into the hockey game. Now, the Swedes were able to tie it up. Landeskog on the 1T, Gustav Forsling, the go-ahead goal. Second period, Matt Bradley from, I think he's from Vancouver, North Vancouver. Let's take a look at that. Matt Bradley, yes, Canadian-Italian ice hockey player out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Nice to see that out of him. But Bradley tied things up before William Nylander pots in a loose puck to give the Swedes the lead again. Zibanejad and Hedman then get the other goals. 5-2 is the final score. The thing is, Team Sweden had themselves a pretty interesting set of numbers for the guys on the team. And if you take a look at the ice time, this was posted by Kyle Cushman, the ice time spread for Sweden and Italy. You can see that the top 12 forwards for Sweden were all distributed pretty evenly. The top guy had 17 minutes, Joel Eriksson Ek, but then everybody else was 16, 15, 14, and 13 minutes. It was spread out pretty evenly. Even the fourth line guys, Rickard Rakell, Patterson, and Zibanejad, each with 13 minutes each. That's not that bad. Really, the only outlier is Phil Forsberg, who had 1 minute and 7 seconds of ice time in the entire game. Meanwhile, on the defense, Hedman, Anderson, Broberg, Carlson, Forsling, Dahlin, these guys were all tightly packed in there. 18, 19, 20, 21 minutes. Dahlin scored 3 assists, Hedman got a goal, so you can definitely tell that Sweden had a game plan here. And poor old Oliver Ekman-Larsson, literally getting benched for the entire hockey game, 0 minutes during a season where he's actually been pretty good for Toronto. So, hey, if he ends up getting a medal in this tournament, if he plays 0 minutes all tourney, then I guess he's going to be fine with that. But Elias Pettersson was on the fourth line here. He's listed as the center on this graph, but Mika Zibanejad actually took the majority of the draws. That's not to say that Pettersson didn't take any faceoffs. He did, especially towards the end. But this line of Rakell, PD, Zibanejad actually did look pretty good, especially towards the end. You might not recognize it right away, but Elias Pettersson might have had a sneakily good game. He didn't get any points. If you look at all these, Landeskog, Zibanejad, Carlson, Forsling, Brott, Rasmus Dahlin, Nylander, Dahlin, Kempe, Zibanejad, Dahlin, Rakell, and then Hedman from Forsling. I don't know how Pettersson didn't get an assist on the last goal over here. Petey didn't get any points, but he did have himself a very sneaky good game, especially in the third period. He actually came alive in period number 3. Take a look at the actual charts here. You'll see that Pettersson had 3 faceoffs taken. He won 2 of them, lost 1, so 66.6% on the draw. Mika Zibanejad, same percentage, 66.6. He took 6 faceoffs and won 4. Petey ended up getting 1 shot in the third period, which we are going to need to talk about. And he had 18 shifts on the night. Phil Forsberg, on the other hand, 1 shift, 1 minute and 7 seconds. But this was the only shot that Elias Pettersson had on the contest, a short-handed breakaway in the third period, where he ends up trying to outweight the goaltender Damian Clara. He tries to shove it by on the pad side. Clara made the save. He's huge, he's lanky, he's long. He stopped the puck. And unfortunately for Klara, he actually had to leave the game due to injury after this save. Elias Pettersson just got robbed by the toe, it seemed like, of the Italian netminder. Take a look at his statistics on this hockey game, and you'll see that Damian Klara, he stopped himself 46 pucks on 49 total shots against. He let in 3, but the guy had 49 shots against, bro. That's crazy. Big shout out over to Damian Klara, a guy that we actually have made a video about in the past. Take a look at this. We spoke about Klara back in 2021, when Team Italy used him at their World Championships as a 16-year-old. Nowadays, he's, 21 himself, so obviously he's grown a little bit since then, but this just goes to show you how much hype there was around Klara's name, and he definitely is living up to it with this performance. Elias Pettersson gets robbed on the breakaway, and then on the very next shift, Petey comes down the wing, he gets the pass, he comes in, he shoots, and he hits the post on the backup Italian goaltender. Pettersson had 2 grade A scoring chances in this third period, 1 breakaway, 1 post, and then you have folks going out there like this, Thomas Strand, saying that, hey, it was a good third period for Petey after playing a designated depth role for the first 40 minutes of the game. Hit a post, had a shorthanded breakaway, and he set a key screen on the Mika Zibanejad goal. He was a standout for Sweden late in a gut-check victory over Italy. Andreas Wall went out there and said not to forget about the almost guaranteed wraparound goal Pettersson had in the first, where he was hooked without a call. He received a lot of praise in Swedish media, especially in the second and third periods and after the game. And for some reason, he didn't receive an assist after winning the faceoff that led to Hedman's empty netter. He was a plus 2. Not much to complain about. Now, Thomas Strantz did say, I thought he didn't have enough pace on that sequence in the first period, to be honest. And here's the thing about Elias Pettersson as well. I mean, you take a look at the goals that did go in. This Mika Zibanejad third period goal, yeah, Pettersson didn't get himself an assist on it, but he's the guy behind the net that did most of the cycling. It finds itself on a Raquel's stick, it's Dahlin who gets it, he sends it over to Zibanejad, and then Elias Pettersson on this play, he goes to the front of the net, gets his big behind in front of the Italian goaltender, and he blocks the vision. He doesn't allow the goalie to see. He's a great screen. Zibanejad rips it from long range, and Petey moves out of the way at the last second to let the puck go in top corner. Very nice play out of Elias Pettersson, a plus for him, even though he didn't get the assist. And then as the Twitter posts were mentioning, hey, the guy had a face-off victory that led to the Hedman goal. I'm surprised that didn't count as an assist for Petey. I think it should have, but hey, he got himself pretty good placements on both of these third period goals to allow Sweden to take a 5-2 victory over the Italians. Now, here's the funny part about Elias Pettersson. This was a great opening game for him, considering his role, considering where he is in the lineup, and just considering the circumstances of this team being really held tight to the wire, despite the fact that nobody really expected it to be as close as it was. And you still have Canucks fans that want to see more out of Pettersson, which is fine. You need to see as much as you can out of your $11.6 million superstar. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you more excited, happy, proud, use whatever word you want, to have seen Elias Pettersson in today's Swedish victory over the Italians? Or are you just kind of lukewarm on it? Yeah, he's a depth role player. He's not supposed to be a top-tier guy. We'll see where this goes as the tournament continues. And against Finland, that obviously is going to be a bigger test than the Italians over here. Petey versus Lankinen. Is that what we're going to see? Or are they going to keep rolling with Saros? Who really knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Elias Pettersson and what we had seen in this tourney game today. I hope you enjoyed this Swedish Roll 9, and bye.